Hey guys, so let's take a look at my footage from the meet here. Kind of went into it on the recent podcast me and Omar did, but um, yeah, here's the footage of it. So I'm going in to take my opener, and I was I was actually running to catch this because I had about 10 seconds. It's like 10 seconds or 5 seconds now, and you got to lock out your knees to get the start command. So right at the lockout, I was at 1 second left. As soon as I locked right here, and I was ready to go. So this was heavier than usual. It went fluid, but felt super heavy on my back. And this time around, I had a better start, so I didn't have to run out. I had the time to get myself more situated. Once I got the barbell on my back, as we'll see in a moment, it felt much lighter. I did have a longer grind, but that grind wasn't too bad. I didn't feel it like it looks in the video. So I was overall happy, and this is a PR for me, 20 kgs on for a competition PR. I've hit this multiple times in training, so I felt comfortable as taking it as my second. Here, lock out my knees. Yep. See, there's a little grind there, but snappy lockout. So I decided to jump up 12.5 kilos, but thinking back, I should have probably just jumped 5 kilos, maybe 7.5. But I've done 260 in training a couple times, and that felt pretty good. So I felt like, let me push it a bit because, it's the meet. I feel like this is the time for you to try to maximize or at least see what you can do. And it felt light on my back. I won't lie, it felt light on my back, but you'll see I had a grind. Some people said they took it off too early, but I was thinking like, no, that too hard of a, like right there, it looked like I was gonna keep going up, but that was just a little too heavy for me at the time. Bench press coming up was a little rough. I had bad warm-ups, everything felt heavy, and I did a considerable opener of 145 here. In training I could hit this for a set of 6 to 7, and felt pretty good. Still heavier than normal. I think it was just the nerves of the whole competition. I had more anxiety than ever before for this competition, but it went up pretty quickly. I decided to jump up 10 kilos. I've done 155 before for a triple. I've hit it for 8 sets of 1 before, so I felt like that was a reasonable jump. Like I said, I have been having also some fatigue in my right arm. Didn't come out that much. I had some ibuprofen, so it didn't really hurt as much as it did in training. So I felt like I was good to go here, but all I can say is the nerves took over, and the strength just didn't want to be there. So I failed this set, and then decided to take it again, and failed it again after that. But deadlifts are feeling good though. Deadlifts, I had really good warm-ups. My coach just told me to go light on the last warm-up, and I did. I did a 230 for last warm-up, and I jumped up 30 kilos. I'm tying my shoe on a platform. And this felt super light, and I was really happy about it. And of course, thinking back, you were like, I could have probably increased this a bit. And I jumped to 25 kilos up, so this also went really fluid, more faster than I thought it would be, and this felt really good. So decided to jump to 300 kilos, and this would have been amazing competition PR for myself, but I decided to hitch up the weight at the top, which is unfortunately something I need to really work on, because it seems to be consistent for me at heavier weights. But either way, I lifted weight up and felt really good overall.
All right, let's take a look at my performance at the meet. Now, unfortunately, for whatever reason, the live stream did not capture my opening squat, which was 232.5, but it did capture the rest of my attempts. So here I am attempting my second squat, was 242.5. I jumped 10 kilos from my opener, and I pretty much knew that this lift is guaranteed. I just need to execute it and not mess it up and just squat down to depth. It felt a little bit heavy on my back, but I had to get this lift no matter what. So, as you can see here, I took a big breath of air, squatted down, it went up very fast, actually faster than what I thought, and I got 3 white lights. Then I took a conservative 7.5 kilo jump to 250 kilos. I did this weight 2 times in the gym, and I was really confident that I would get this weight. However, as you will see soon, I actually failed this weight, and the reason why was my elbows went too forward, and I just got into an impossible position. No matter how much force I could apply to the bar, it would not go up. So it ended up costing me my third squat attempt, but it's not a big deal. It's only 7.5 kilos of my total, and yeah, I knew that I had to focus on my bench and deadlift in order to actually win the meet. Moving on to the bench press. Now, I was originally planning on opening up with 195 kilos. However, on this particular meet, even though the organization was extremely stellar, the judging was very sloppy, especially on the bench. So I decided not to risk any bench press attempt and just go as conservative as I can, especially knowing that my bench press is my best lift and it's going to guarantee the most kilos on my total. So here I'm setting up for that 190 kilo bench press, taking my time, making sure everything is nice and tight, making sure that my legs are pushing hard. I get the start command here, and yeah, it's very smooth, very easy, no problems. However, I ended up getting 2 red lights. One of them was for elbow depth, but thankfully it was overturned by the jury and I ended up getting the lift. I decided to go with a conservative 10 kilo jump and bench press 200 kilos on my second attempt. This is probably the fastest 200 kilos that I've ever pressed preparing for this competition. And it was extremely smooth, extremely light. As you can see here, everything is very solid. And yeah, I ended up getting the 2 white lights and the lift is counted. Again, continuing on with the previous strategy, going really conservative on the bench press. I took a 7.5 kilo jump on my second attempt. I've actually failed this weight 1 time 2 weeks prior to the competition, but I knew that I had it in the tank. And all I had to do is just make sure that everything is nicely set up, especially my grip, my leg drive, everything is 100% in coordination. And I knew that I would get the lift. Take the bar, get my start command, very easy, no issues. Same situation that happened in my first attempt happened in my third attempt, but thankfully it got overturned. Moving on into the deadlift, I was extremely exhausted as we approached the end of the meet. My last warm-up on the deadlift, which was 255, felt really heavy, and I thought that I only had my opener for the day. But thankfully, my opener ended up being much easier than what I thought, and yeah, I got 3 white lights on it. It was 275 kilos. I took a 15 kilo jump to 290 for my second attempt on the deadlift. I did this weight multiple times in training, but in this competition, it really felt super easy compared to what I've did in training. And considering all the lifts, I was the most pleased with this 290 kilo deadlift here on my second attempt. It was super easy. I had no lockout issues. I knew if I got this lift, I would be the overall winner in this competition. So no matter what happens, this 290 kilos had to go up. There was no other option. And as you can see, it went up and I got 3 white lights and I knew that I've won the meet. Moving on to the third attempt, I've decided to take a 10 kilo jump on the deadlift and attempt 300 kilos. Now, I never did this weight before, and if I had gotten it, it would have been a 7.5 kilo PR, but at least I've given it a try, and next time I'm pretty sure it will be there on meet day.